What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I honestly wasn't going to start this video right now because I was just going to get some things ready, take them to sandblasting, get them all done. Well, we've been at it for about 3 hours now, and I should have started filming a while ago, and I've noticed other things I want to take off the truck to get sandblasted. It's been a whole thing. We finally got over here and got those are all our parts. Small parts box. Some stuff's already in the Jeep. But we finally got our tie rod and drag link ball joints out. That took so long. It was so stuck in there. I literally welded a giant nut to the end of this thing. The vice grips weren't gripping. It was just stuck. So welded a nut to it, and then 24mm socket and the 1/2" Milwaukee. We got it out. We got that one out. This one took a lot of cranking. This one came out pretty easy. And then the other one up here, this one took some force as well. I'm gonna order new adjustment sleeves and ends and just freshen it all up because we literally fought those for hours. Ashley's taping up all our diff covers, so I almost said salt, but sand doesn't get inside. We got plugs in the back, and we're just gonna blast the fronts of each. Came in here, took the front diff cover off, obviously, because that one was a little crusty as well. These gears look so good. All the writing still in there, looks sharp. However, before we go to sandblasting, I want to get one more thing off. These aren't too bad. However, this one's not bad. The front ones are okay. You can just see a little crust forming on here, but we're gonna have to paint underneath here anyway. And to be honest, I might as well just, they might as well just take these off, have them sandblasted, and then we can powder coat those. We can powder coat those black with some zinc primer so this doesn't happen again. And then I think that's all of the factory stuff, or the last stuff on the truck that needs done. Lots coming, not only just finishing this thing up, 3rd gen, Bronco's still sitting right here. Got a lot to come, so stay tuned. However, right now I'm gonna get busy and we're gonna take these off real quick and get all these parts sandblasted because tomorrow, when the rest of the, well, it says tomorrow, but knowing FedEx, it'll probably be Thursday. Once those parts come in, we are ready to go. So kind of got to get busy on this because all the stuff's getting sandblasted. We're gonna have to do the frame and a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's get to taking these off. They look like 18 or 19s. We'll zip the back two and the front two off, and then we'll go get everything sandblasted. Okay, so we got those off real quick. Man, the frame looks just taking those little brackets off, this thing looks more and more naked. It's gonna look crazy when we rip this harness off tomorrow. But yeah, we got everything loaded up. We're gonna get it sandblasted. Hopefully, if we're lucky, they'll be able to get it back to us this week. And we can knock all this out at once. I'm so excited. I'm just looking to get it done. It's just a ton of work, a ton. But I'm excited. This thing's gonna look so good. All right, guys. Well, I didn't expect it to actually be a week. Like I said in the last video, I thought it'd be a lot sooner, but it's been about a week. And in that time, we've got everything now. We've got everything. Our box of Mopar parts finally showed up. Got the coil spring isolators for the rear. We got the fronts. We got the lowers. We got the other lowers. We got bolts. We got new cam bolts. Brand new flag nuts. Everything that's pretty much missing from this truck, I ordered a whole new, I guess, set of bolt, washer, flag nut if applicable, because we're missing a ton. Obviously our control arms come with new bolts, but the other stuff like the track bars, the shocks, all that, everything's pretty much missing, or somewhere that I don't know anymore, or I got rid of. So everything that needs replaced, I ordered new ones, obviously radius arm bolts, all of that, and then our rubber isolators to switch back from the coilovers to coil springs. Everything that also need cleaned up is cleaned up. Our steering came out great. As you saw from last time, it was all crusty. Took us forever to get those things out. Here's our box of all our small parts. We've got everything, and it's finally go time. There's still a lot to sort out on this and figure out what's going on, but at least getting the lift off, the frame painted, and the new lift on is a great start. The number one thing that this is missing, or anything you order is missing, is something that we're going to add to all of the parts going back on here that are steel. It doesn't need to happen for aluminum, but steel. This right here, this heavy zinc primer going on all of these parts is going to resist corrosion 100 times better than this stuff. As you can see, we already got this stuff for the Bronco here. This is kind of what it is. Here's a heavy zinc primer. It's a nice coating. Oh. Adding that zinc primer is going to give it that corrosion inhibiting feature. I don't know. But doing that, we did it to Ashley's bumpers, and the weather and the winter, and it doesn't even look at the bumpers. It looks really, really good. As you can see here, look at this bumper. This is about 2 winters old. Winter and a half, I don't even know. It's been raining, just perfect example right now. But this zinc primer literally doesn't let the weather eat it. When I ordered this lift, this is just how it came. That's how it was powder coated, and that's what I, did with it. However, if you have the opportunity, or you're taking your stuff somewhere, literally ask them to throw a layer of zinc primer on it. It will increase your cost. It's a whole nother layer, a whole nother run. It's not really worth it spending all that money on the powder coat if it's just not gonna last like it should. So if you want your powder coat to last in any kind of climate, really salty, wet, grimy ones, the zinc primer is the way to go. So we will be adding that to the suspension going back on, so it stays looking good for as long as possible. Alright guys, well that just about took all day, but as you can see, our lift kit and factory pieces, our steering, everything we need gloss black is gloss black. Now a lot of you are going to be like, why is it gloss black? Well, first of all, the green and gloss black is going to look crazy, and especially that gloss black underneath there is going to pop. Even Ashley just said that the factory stuff is, matte. It's not, it doesn't shine. So the gloss, especially those radius arms right there and all that, it is going to attract your attention to it still because it's so shiny and it is so deep. And obviously, black and green play so well off each other. It's going to look great. There's all our pieces, and then over here We got our front diff cover in there. It looks so good. And then we also got good news while that stuff was doing what it does. Our back ordered front track bar from Rough Country showed up. So that was actually the final piece we needed, because we couldn't really complete, well, we do need our wheels still, so those are still coming, but we couldn't put the whole thing together without that front track bar, and it was back ordered, so now we got it. So we have everything suspension wise to take care of this. So I think the next step actually is, because that took all day and it's like 100 degrees in here now, we're gonna come back in the morning and start disassembling the truck. I'm excited. Like I said, it's a little different. It's not so poppy without the purple, but I still think it's gonna look amazing. Obviously, even just these touches up here, the gloss black off the green, oh man, it's just too clean that I think it's gonna look really good. So yeah, we're gonna come back, start disassembling this in the morning, and the lift kit will be finally coming off. All right, guys, well, it's the next morning, and I guess it's time. It's time to start taking this apart. I'm gonna start tearing everything off. Obviously, we do need to sand and do the frame, paint that up, get that all cleaned up as well. So I'm gonna be removing literally everything I can. I'm gonna pop all these harnesses out, throw them off to the side, and then I'm also gonna get literally coils out, brackets off, control arms, drop that out, and get this axle supported. I'm gonna try and do it with the tires on to start. I don't know how long that's gonna last for, but just keep the axle, you know, mobile. But yeah, I'm just gonna start digging in, and it's finally time. The lift is coming off this, and this is crazy. I'm excited for the new setup for sure. So let's dig in. Okay, so we got pretty far yesterday. This whole thing is torn down. The rear lift kit is off. This is crazy. I mean, it's just it looks so weird with nothing on it. We got all the wiring harnesses, both to the back of the truck and then to like the water separator here. Everything's pulled back and kind of hanging down there. What we're going to do is probably paint up to the lift post for now, and then when we do the front and get that giant cross member out, I'll paint the whole front half. The front half is not this bad. The front half is like, I don't know, it just needs touched up, but the back is definitely crusty. So like up here, yeah, this whole frame here, just a little bit, nothing crazy, but we'll tape all that off and get this all touched up as well. But we're gonna get to grinding. I'm gonna grind off all the crust that I can, and also gotta probably take off this back half of the exhaust so I can shoot up inside of here. Make sure that's got a fresh coat of paint on it, because I mean, even though it's on the underside, I want all of this entire frame to be protected for as long as possible. So gonna try and get everything we can. Gonna tape off the truck, tape off the Bronco, keep all the dust off these things, and we're gonna get busy. Okay, so we got the frame all prepped. Any place there was rust, kind of did the Eastwood rust converter, and then any place we sanded through to bare metal, we threw some. I just had some old epoxy primer on there, or in the cabinet, so I used that. And I mean, she's ready to go. So we're gonna go mix up our Eastwood chassis paint. We're gonna go with a satin black, just like OEM. I know I could do gloss and do all that, but I'm just trying to keep it as OEM as possible. So we're gonna do a satin ceramic 2K chassis paint on this, and it's gonna come out looking better than factory. So you saw where we started, all crusty and all that. Just wait until we get this thing painted. It's gonna look brand new. Let's go mix up the paint and get it sprayed. Alright guys, well that's actually going to do it for today's video. The Eastwood ceramic frame paint needs 24 hours to cure before we can put parts on it. But if you heard that correctly, that means while you're watching this video, it's definitely been 24 hours that this stuff has dried. So we are probably already putting the lift on. This Eastwood paint, man, this is crazy stuff. This frame literally looks brand new off the assembly line. Nice satin black. I mean, it looks so good. Obviously we shot the axle too. Nothing too crazy, like I said. It was so crusty before, but look at how well this came out. I'm super thrilled, and like I said, 24 hours, and we can throw the lift on. Now, honestly, it looked so terrible before, and now where we're at, I'm so happy we did this. Like I said, a little bit of work, but knock it down, prime it, rust convert it, whatever you need to do if you went down to bare metal. Or not, and do this to your frame, because like I said, this truck's it's a 2017. There's like 56,000 miles on it, and I mean, it was bad. And if I just let that go and didn't take the time to do this now, it would just destroy this truck. I've seen a couple other 4th gen trucks. They're pretty much getting crusty the same way, except it like engulfs the whole thing, gets up everywhere, underside of the frame, and I mean, it just eats away. So it's good we're taking care of this now. And that Eastwood ceramic paint has hydrophobic properties, so I mean, I would throw water on here to show you now, but it'll beat off just like a ceramic coat or wax or whatever. The hydrophobic properties will keep the water away from our frame, and that will be amazing. But yeah, the rest of this looks so good. And then honestly, this was the most challenging part of all of this, because it was so crusty and because of the in and the out and the, you know, everything. The front is pretty simple. It's literally just going to be like, I mean, it's 2 straight frame rails and a little bit up front, and that's it. So once we get the front of the lift off, painting that will be literally a breeze, take no time at all, and then we could throw the front lift on as well. But man, this looks good. The transformation is actually crazy, because I was just looking at pictures of before. Crazy transformation. This thing looks really, really good. I'm excited to put the lift kit on here, and like I said, 24 hours. So if you're watching this video, that means we're probably putting the lift on already, and the next video will be coming shortly. So if you guys enjoyed this video, shoot a thumbs up. If you haven't been here before, please get down there, click subscribe, drop me a comment if you haven't already. Take care, and I will see you guys when we're putting the lift on. I'll see you in the next one.